Humble beginnings. My story, my testimony.
Wonderful. Welcome back, our wonderful viewer. Trust you are still there and you've been blessed. You are lifted. And we have a dear brother here, a servant of the Lord, who can either help us and help even our youth. And because he is sharing out of his life experience. And in most of why young people, that's where they are. So, I'll have a Dominic.
Yes, sir.
You say in the school the demand was higher than the supply.
Yes.
Yeah.
The demand for your green grass, it was
in the Majina Mingi.
Jamaican hub.
Jamaican hub.
And by the way, before I finish, please remind me to tell you about I went to minister in Jamaica. I lived there.
Oh.
So God had to detox me spiritually because I was truly a Rastafarian. Ni vile tu nilikuwa siweki dreadlocks, but in my heart, I believed in that particular religion.
Okay.
Because it's a religion. Rastafarian is a religion. And so I was in school. It was a mixed school, so we also had girls who were taking drugs, and it was bangi too. Hatukuwa tunatumia mado ingine because ilikuwa as we afford, and even people were we thought this is the best, and we never even knew there were other drugs. And in school also was all about being accepted. Not that people reject you, no, but you find you need it. You need it because you want also people to see you as you are a man.
Yeah. You're using what others are using.
Yes.
And now, as you look, you have a picture of those you use your marijuana, mabangi together with. I thank God because God spared you. It never affected you or harmed you because actually there are many who maybe got so much affected.
So much.
Yeah.
I had a friend who got affected when we were in school. He took it and he almost died. It was his first time to try it. His heart could not handle the issue and he never knew he had a heart problem. So when he took that bangi, it made his heart to almost explode. We had to rush him to the hospital at night. Yes. But we lied because tulimpaka toothpaste. Wasijua harufu ya bangi. He died almost in our hands. His parents had to come the following day and take him from Nairobi, from Naivasha to Nairobi. It is true story. Right now he's a military officer in the Kenya KDF.
Wow.
Hakurudi tena. So, as you say, also when I finished secondary school, I had a friend who also tulikuwa navuta naye bangi. And this gentleman, it affected him too. So as you said, Mimi, I was... just the grace of God, maybe the prayer my mother prayed for me. I don't know. I can't tell everything. I don't know what happened. It never affected. But that friend of mine, it affected him. He was taken by his uncle to study in India. Those years, 1990s, early 90s. He came back mad. Because alipoenda huko aliongeza ile ya Kihindi. Hasa karudi hapa kichwa imeharibika.
Ongeza ile baya zaidi.
It's called Indian hemp. He lost his mind. I don't know where he is now.
Wow.
Yes. So I want to tell somebody who is taking it, it may not affect you now. It can bring eternal damage and physical damage, psychological damage.
Actually, that's what I wanted you to talk. Because you have our young people, they need to be counseled, especially at this time when they're at home because of this COVID. Maybe you can have a minute to talk to
I want to tell somebody, maybe it's a boy or a girl, wherever you are, even some grown-ups, people of our age, they want to try it, or maybe they have been using it. Just because something has not shown you its bad effect does not mean it is not bad. It is bad. It is a drug. And there have been lies which have been perpetrated. Ya kwamba inaponya hii ugonjwa. It has been legalized in some states in America, in some countries in Europe, but it does not take the effect from that is a dangerous drug. Just because you are idle, you are not engaged, you may feel that I have nothing to do, let me pass time by taking this drug or any other drug. My advice is that you better learn to occupy your time and fill that void in your heart, because I was looking for something to fill the emptiness in me. And I found it in Jesus Christ. Yes.
Yeah.
I found Jesus Christ. Yes.
Actually, I wonder, but we don't want to enter so much on the governments of the world. And I wonder when they legalize that things, whether they know the impact and the effect. Because
Bishop, let me surprise you. They know the impact of the health, but the profit is more.
Oh.
It's not about money. Yes. It's all about money.
Eh.
The money that drug generates is strange. Yes. Iko na pesa sana.
Because a small portion is a lot of
money. In our days, a stick, which is the size of a cigarette, was come at 20 shillings. A stone ilikuwa size ya hii glass, but round like this. Ilikuwa nanua hapa Ziwani. It was 50 shillings. But hiyo saa stone ile majani imewekwa hivyo, alafu naenda unatoa into cigarettes, you make almost 1,000 shillings from that. So it is high demand. Iko na pesa sana. I'm not encouraging somebody to do it because itakumaliza, utashikwa. Utaweka miaka 7 ndani.
I'm trying to think because they at the same time investing so much on health. At the same time they get money from it.
Yes.
And then it affects the people.
Is the system of the world.
I also take that the devil is still involved there.
Very much.
Because the devil is still at work.
He's the god of this world.
Because he has blinded. The Bible says the god of this world has blinded
the minds. They cannot
so
see.
They don't understand. Okay, so now coming from there, when you finish, where you are working,
yes.
How did your life progress?
Okay. Where I was working, it reached a point I had to leave. There was a problem with the office. I was taken to court. I was accused of theft by employee or servant. It's a criminal. Some money got lost. I was a cashier. Almost 198,000 shillings, if I'm not wrong. And so I was told to repay the money. I told them I can't pay what I've not taken. And I was taken to court. Now, don't forget, I had gotten saved like 1991. So this is 1998. Okay, and God has been calling me to ministry, but I didn't want because niliona kanisa wachungaji wanasafa. I didn't like.
From afar.
Well, at this time now, my salary that time, Bishop, I'm talking of 1998, my salary is 35,000 shillings.
Wow.
I'm comfortable. I have a wife, I have a son, and we are okay in church. But God is drawing me to ministry. I don't want ministry because naona wachungaji wanateseka. That's the picture I had. And so here I am.
You know, it is good when you talk that because some people think that people join ministry because of desperation. You are not desperate.
I was okay.
Yeah.
I was being carried from my office to my house by company car, and from my house to the office, Monday to Friday.
But you are still feeling something in the heart.
Something was not right. God was calling me to ministry. And my pastors knew, but mimi nilikuwa kichwa ngumu. So pesa ikapotea. And I was now told to pay. I said I can't pay. I was the secretary of the SACCO, treasurer of the SACCO, where the staff wanaweka pesa zao. I could qualify for a loan, nilipe, na nile kufanya kazi, but my stand was, I can't. What will I say tomorrow? Nimelipa pesa kwa nini ambaye sijachukua? So I was taken to court. I went to police. Nilikuja kuchukuliwa kwa ofisi, nikawekwa pingu, nikapelekwa Kasarani police station. For 3 days and 3 nights, like Jonah. Yeah. So nikiwa kwa police cell, at that night was on police cell. The second night, in that police cell, when you're in a police cell, not everyone has their own cell. Apana, you're all kept in one cell. And you sleep next to each other. You sleep on the floor, no mattress. It was cement floor, and you sleep next to each other to give each other warmth. Nothing to cover yourself.
Hey.
No shoe. You only go with one shoe. That time, if you are on remand, is one shoe. But if you're there for several days, you leave the shoes at the counter. While we were there sleeping,
one shoe, maybe for curiosity.
So you can't run away. Can't leave one shoe. Can't leave one shoe. And so also they will be counting the shoes and know how many people are inside. By the number of shoes you have left. So these are male shoes, these are female shoes. So it's a simple way of controlling the number. Don't go there, Bishop. Unless you're going to preach, don't go there. And so that second night, I felt I need to cry to God. I felt I need to pray. I went to the second cell, and I don't want to sound very dramatic, but I just opened my hands to pray because tears started flowing. And I felt the presence of God, and God told me, I called you to come and serve me. Why are you refusing? And I said, God, I'm sorry. Because truly God had called me to ministry, but I didn't want. You understand? I was comfortable. I didn't want this church issue. I just wanted, because every August I used to take my annual leave. I will go with my bishop, or that now is a bishop. That time I was a member of Redeemed Gospel Church Urumba. So I'll go with the evangelist that time, who was Matthew Monday. And I used to go to Western Kenya to preach. So every August I'll take my annual leave, and I will have, when you're going for annual leave, you're given 2 months salary. The month will be away, and the month that you are finished working. And I'll have enough money to pay for other people's bus fare. We'll go and preach. So that was my best time of life. So I don't need to be a full-time pastor. I was okay. And I'll support the ministry and the church in whatever I could do. But this time God told me, no, I've called you to ministry. And I refused. So when I was in that police cell and I was praying, my tears were so hot. I remember crying. I said, God, okay, I'm sorry. When I leave this place, I'll go to church straight. So that's what happened. When I was the following day after I made that prayer, and there was peace, the following day they gave me a free bond to go home. And my wife picked me and my cousin. I went home. I told my wife, I won't stay long. I want to take a shower. I'm going straight to church.
Hey.
So I went straight to church and I reported for duty. And for 2 years, the case was running, but I was still in church. At that time, I'd moved because God told me now to go and work in a ministry that come into town. Maybe you have heard of it, Winners Chapel.
Yeah, I know.
So I was among the first men to work with them. So when I was there, for 2 years, every day, every month I would go for mention and hearing, mention and hearing. So exactly 2 years after the case started, the judge says, I have no case to answer. Because there was no money which was lost. They didn't look at the books properly. And I was told I'm free to go home. And that's how I knew God made sure I have entered ministry kabisa. So I want to now come out. So that's how I entered ministry.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So there 2000 is when the case ended. From 98 to the year 2000.
And from that time, you felt that your heart is now at a peace. You are doing what God called you to do.
The word actually I want to use, apart from peace, is fulfillment.
Okay.
I feel very fulfilled. Even when I don't have enough food, I feel fulfilled. I'm happy. Yes, I'm very fulfilled. Yes, the best decision I've made after getting saved.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And actually there I wanted to talk a bit because many people were also receiving the call this time. They are where you are. Even some have money, they have income, they have maybe a good employment or even a well-doing business, but they still have the call. They still have that thing that is burning them. How can you help them?
For somebody who has a call and they know this call is not out of wanting promotion or position. All I knew that God wanted me to teach the word. That's all I knew. I never had a name of a ministry. I just knew I had to sit down under a man of God. So I told the previous church where I was, my pastor at that time, administrative pastor at Redeemed Gospel Church, Bishop Kimani, God has called me to go and work in this church. And well, it was not well received because I was a leader here, but I had to obey the calling of God. So I went to this ministry, they received me, and they took me to training. So I went, first of all, I can tell anyone who wants to join ministry, go and be trained. Sit under somebody. Don't just start preaching tomorrow, or don't just start doing what you want to do. You must be equipped. The Bible says David led the children of Israel by the integrity of his heart and by the skillfulness of his hands. You have to have some skill. I could not bring accounting into ministry. No, I had to learn what ministry is all about. Yes.
In that line of calling, I think that there is about 3 types of call. There are those who are called by God, those who call themselves, those who are called by people. How can you help somebody to identify the right calling?
I think I can advise this way. Number 1, put aside your ambition.
Okay. Put aside.
God is not a God of ambition. He's a God of vision. When he gives you a vision, vision is superior to ambition. Although ambition is deadly. Because ambition will never be satisfied. But with vision, you get fulfillment. Even when things are not going right. Because even if God calls you, you'll still have challenges. That's what I can tell you. Even when I was at doing the best I could do for God, in that ministry I was at Winners Chapel, there were still challenges. So that doesn't mean that challenges will not be there. However, I can tell somebody, don't call yourself. Don't call yourself. Anyone who is called by God, God will support the ministry. The Bible says he proved the ministry of Jesus by signs and wonders following. So if you are called by yourself or called by a man, you'll be frustrated. So make sure you are, the Bible says make your calling sure. Be sure.
Be sure.
Be sure. Don't try easy guesswork. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
You'll die. Na kazi itaendelea.
Itaendelea. Wow.
Yes,
This
don't
is
try
great.
it. Don't try it. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now, where are you? Is your ministry as you are coming to
Well, I'm at Lenana,
okay.
just before the high school. Actually, before that, I've been for 7 years when I was a pastor with Winners. I was a missionary in several countries. And the year 2005, God instructed me to come back home. I ministered in Uganda. I pastored a church in Uganda. I pastored in Nigeria, in a city called Benin. I pastored in Kenya, in Nakuru, Nairobi, and Mombasa. Then finally I went to Kingston, Jamaica. That was my last post. Yes, I think God had to deal with the issue of Rasta by taking me to Jamaica because huko ndio headquarter. And then from there I came to Kenya. So I started Good Tidings Bible. I mean Strong City Family Church. That time it was called Good Tidings, so we changed to Strong City Family Church. And that's where I am at Lenana, just before the high school. I am pastoring a congregation. It's a young church. We give God praise.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Then everything begins young.
Yes.
Or small, then it grows.
Correct.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
We
sir.
appreciate your coming.
Asante.
Thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you, Bishop.
for your testimony. I know somebody somewhere have been lifted.
Amen.
Now let me give you the last 1 minute. It's a parting shot. Maybe you can say your greeting or maybe say something.
Tume salamu.
Yeah, to your family. Then baba alituzao.
They know I'm here.
Yeah.
And I don't think they'll mind. They'll be happy if I focus on the word and on sharing to somebody. My encouragement to somebody, wherever you are, is that life is not always in a straight line. You'll go through ups and downs. Wherever you are, just keep your faith in God strong. Be consistent. The thing we need in this world is men and women who are consistent. Just shikilia hapo hapo. Vile Waswahili wanasema, ukishikwa, shikamana. Stick to God, and God will stick by you. And you'll see the strength of God and His grace taking you further in life. That is my take. Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bishop, thank
Our
you.
wonderful viewer, I trust that you have been lifted and also you have learned something. May the Lord God bless you. Thank you for tuning. May God keep you well. It is your host, Bishop Dr. Ken, the program Humble Beginning, My Story, My Testimony. God bless you. Till the next telecast.
Humble Beginnings. My story, my testimony.